Stop what you're doing right now. Before you move to Arvada, Colorado in 2023, you gotta watch this video.
We're going to be breaking down 5 neighborhoods all over Arvada. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome to our channel. We are Fit to Sell. I'm Sean. This is Angie. We are your guide to living here in the Mile High City.
We are a real estate power couple. We are Fit to Sell, and we are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado. And you can call, text, DM, email, but don't forget to subscribe on that button. We're going to be dropping videos every week. So we're going to start talking about Arvada, which is a little bit northwest
A-town,
of
baby.
Denver.
Fun fact, that's where I grew up, so I love Arvada. I know a lot about it, but it's changed so much. And we're gonna go over some of the cool new neighborhoods, some of the old established neighborhoods, but we're really gonna try and paint a picture from northwest to northeast to central to southwest. We're gonna hit all the corners of Arvada, let you know what's going on in the neighborhoods, what kind of housing dynamic you can look for. If you're an outdoorsy person or a recreation person, we're gonna have all of the different spots there. Proximity to restaurants, entertainment, outdoor, what it's like to raise your kids there, schools, all that stuff. So really excited about today's video.
So first off, we're gonna start talking about West Arvada and the Candelas community, which is probably, I don't know, my favorite part of Arvada at this point.
The west side is the best side. They've been saying that for a number of different years. It also, because of who Angie is, she loves new construction. And Candelas is a master plan community that has been built over the last, I don't know, probably 10 or 12 years. It's been built up, so most of the houses over there are relatively new, and you get a lot of different options as far as housing goes. But location-wise, you're sitting right off Indiana. So Indiana is the main north and south road, and probably about 96th. Okay, and then just to the south of Candelas is a sister neighborhood called Layden Rock, Layden Ranch, Layden, fill in the blank with another, niche name that they come up with. And they're very similar. They're 2 different master plan communities, but Candelas offers a little bit more in the way of commercial amenities and whatnot. As far as like commutes go, if you're trying to get to downtown Denver, you're gonna have a tough time. There's not a lot of major roads that go through there. So
It's a little more secluded.
It's a little more secluded. You're tucked in the back, so you're gonna have to get to I-70 somehow, or you're gonna have to get to US 36 somehow, okay? And both of those somehows are not very fun. But it'll probably take you about 45 minutes to get to downtown Denver. One of the bonuses though is you're right up against the foothills. Like you just look there and you see the foothills, there's plenty of trails, there's walking, there's biking, there's hiking, there's Long Lake Recreational District Park. There's a lot of outdoors area, North Table Mountains right there, Arvada Reservoirs right there. A lot of options for that.
So Candelas is a master plan community with lots of amenities. It's broken down into 6 different villages which have their own perks and surprises within the community.
One little flavor. Each one's got its own little flavor. One is a little more zesty, one's a little more spicy. So the community also features a number of different parks within the different villages, about 13.5 miles worth of trails and walking space, green belts. But one of the things that I love, because I'm a from nature kind of guy, is the community garden, where you can go and tend some vegetables, grab a little, some little chop up some, carrots. Get some carrots, chop them up, throw them in your salad. It's really great, really nice, especially if you love that fresh ingredients.
A great resource to find out everything about Candelas is candelaslife.com. Just check that out. You can figure out all of the amenities and all the parks and recs and
locations of everything. It's got a breakdown of all the different rec centers. There's a couple of different rec centers that were built into Candelas. There's an elementary school that was built in there that's really highly rated. So part of the master plan community is that they incorporated a lot of, it's like a new town. It's like a whole new town. So it's got libraries, it's got rec centers, it's got all these facilities, parks, everything that you can need right there in the master plan community.
candelaslife.com.
Candelaslife.com.
Candelas offers a lot of housing communities. You have single family, townhomes, apartments, everything ranging from about 400, 475,
Yeah,
up
475.
to 2 million. So a great range of properties that can fit like all different lifestyles.
All different budgets. So yeah, the condos, townhouses are going to be on the lower end. Obviously, the 475. Then you've got some big old, 7,000 plus square foot homes that back to open space with those tall ceilings and big windows that you guys tend to love. Plenty of those as well in there. So all the way up to 2 million. The average closed sales price for a single family home in Candelas is about $914,000. So just shy of $1 million. And the median closed sales price is $875,000. So if you need like stats on the condos or the townhomes as well, shoot us a message. Again, our number and our email are below here.
And there's a lot of new construction as well going down in the Candelas area. So if you're interested in that or the older part of the area, that's...
Yeah, none of it's really that old. Just a couple years, probably 10, 12 years is the oldest. I think there's 2 active builders still building in Candelas. And again, CandelasLife.com, you've got all the resources there. But also, Fit to Sell Denver is a badass resource. You guys got to use it. Some of the stuff that's coming in to Candelas are a lot of different commercial things. So there's a big King Soopers that was just built, massive. It shops like a Walmart, but a little more escalated quality-wise, if you know what I'm saying. And they've got a couple different restaurants that are really cool. They've got the co-op kitchen. It's called Freedom, where you can go in. It's like a food hall. You've got 8 or 9 different options for food, and it's all really good. They've got a little bar there. Sometimes they have live music, so it's a good little spot to get out. You're also really close to Flatiron Shopping Mall, so you can get Flatirons. Omni golf course is over there, so if you're a golfer, highly suggest that. It's a really nice resort style course, and really close to Boulder, so you can get to Boulder down 36 pretty quickly if you want to go check out Boulder and all the fun people that live there.
So one thing to know about Candelas is it is in a Metro District tax area. What is a Metro District?
Yeah, so a Metro District is an additional tax. So all of those nice amenities that you have, the parks, the schools, the recreation centers, all of that, well, the developer has to pay for it somehow. So what they've done is they've taken a bond from the city that gets repaid through your property taxes over the years. So you've got your traditional property tax, which is a mill levy rate based off of your tax assessment, and then they add this additional Metro District tax too. So here in Colorado, a traditional tax rate is somewhere around, 7.75 of your mill levy. You're looking at about 1.25-ish, maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower, depending on the village or the spot that you're in Candelas. But figure about 1 to 1.5% of your assessed value will be your yearly tax rate for property taxes. So a little bit higher, but Denver overall, compared to a lot of other places in the country, has super low tax rates. So it might seem normal for somebody who's relocating here, but us locals who lived here since 1986 and have seen it grow, we're all pissed off because it's like twice as much in these different areas. So.
And sometimes you see it rolled into like your water bill. So you're wondering why your water bill is $250 when you haven't watered all year long and it's winter time. Well, it's the Metro District that is helping paying for all of the amenities around and all of that, but it looks like it's rolled into your water bill. So just something to check out if your real estate agent doesn't tell you about that beforehand, you're wondering why your water is. Next up, we have the Westwoods community. This is a little bit more of an established neighborhood, building probably around 1994-ish.
94, 2008 to be precise.
Yeah. It's about 25 minutes from downtown. And
yeah, give or take. So this is located south of Candelas, probably 5 or 6 miles. But one of the perks, one of the beautiful things about Westwoods is it sits in a community that has a 27-hole golf course. So if you're a big golfer, you've got a couple different courses to choose from. It's broken up into a few different 9-hole courses. So you might play course A and B one day, and you might play course B and C the next day, depending on when you get out there. So it's a lot of fun.
Got a beautiful mountain views from this area as well.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, and again, you're on the west side, so you're closer to the foothills, so access to all of the foothills and biking trails. Table Mountain is so close. That's one of my favorites. I like to go run there, jog, if you will. But there's also a lot of mountain biking there. So really good spot if you like to be outdoors, be athletic, bring the dogs out, bring the kids out, or Or if you want to go solo because you don't want to talk to anybody, go over there. It's great. All right, so as for the housing situation over there, one thing that I really appreciated is you get a lot of their neighborhoods, but they're bigger lots, and there were a lot of custom homes that were built during its heyday between, again, 94 and 2008. So it's not cookie cutter by any means. So a lot of times when you think of like a golf course community and homes, you think HOA and everything's really uniform. Yes, there is some uniformity. Uniformity? Is that a word? It is now. There's some uniformity as far as like the style of houses go, but everything has their own unique twist, which I think is pretty cool.
Westwood has mostly single-family homes, pretty much all single-family homes, ranging from about 700,000 to about 1.4 million. So that's basically the price range you're looking at when you move into the Westwoods area.
Some of the other perks about the locations, you're really close to the Apex Center, which is a really nice recreation center. I bring my kids there. We hit the skate park because they're little baddies on their scooter. But it's also got a full gym, indoor pool, which the kids love, really great spot. And it's also got 2 full-size hockey rinks. So if you got some hockey players in the family, you're probably going to bring them to the Apex. They have the Arvada Hockey League, which is a pretty high league in the state. Good spot. Great spot to play hockey.
As far as shopping and retail areas in Westwood, you basically have more of the bigger shops. You don't have the little mom and pop shops as much in Westwood, but there are a lot of retail shops.
Yeah, think Kohl's, think Target, think King Soopers, not necessarily like Trader Joe's, like the little boutique type stuff, or little mom and pop restaurants that are so delicious. There are a few sprinkled in here and there, don't get me wrong, but as far as most of the dining options that are within just like a few mile drive, that's kind of what you're looking at is the more chain style. But you are pretty close to Highway 58, which gets you east towards Denver pretty quickly. So if you want, some elevated upscale dining, you're not too far from Denver either.
About 25 minutes to downtown.
Yeah, and there's also really easy access to Golden. I think Golden is like one of the hidden gem cities in the state of Colorado. Cool, fun little like mining town back in the day. There's also a college there, but there's a really great atmosphere there, and there's a lot of great options for wonderful dining. You can be up by the river, there's beautiful views. So you've got a lot of access points to really cool areas. And also, hey, if you're a gambler, you want to test your luck at the roulette table, Central City, boom, yeah, Highway 119, take it west, and you're there. You'll be gambling in no time.
Okay, you also have Old Town Arvada, which is right smack in the middle of Arvada. It's on Wadsworth and Ralston Road, which is 58th.
Yeah,
correct?
Fun fact right there. It's actually 58th Avenue.
58th Avenue.
Of course, John Ralston was a prominent figure in Arvada, so that's why we renamed it after him.
Yeah.
It's not really John Ralston, but there's a guy named Ralston.
Arvada is basically 15 minutes from downtown.
Yeah, so whichever way you slice it.
Yeah.
So you can go I-70 west, really close to I-70. You can hop on the light rail. There's a great light rail station and a park and ride. You park your vehicle, you hop on the train, and you're at Union Station in about 15, 20 minutes also.
Easy
so,
drive.
if you're worried about your carbon footprint, take the train. Another great thing about Old Town is ton of boutiques, ton of fun little stores, little shops. They've got like the candy shop over there that's awesome. The schoolhouse is one of the funnest little spots. It's a bar / restaurant served in an old schoolhouse, and it still has kind of that schoolhouse theme, so it's kind of just a fun little spot. You got some really cool drink options over there.
Old Town Arvada is a historical district. You have lots of events happening too. You got farmers markets, community events,
art walks, stuff like that.
Art walks, but the historic part of Old Town Arvada, you got the charming little brick buildings down there. So
one of the great things about COVID-19, might I say, is during that they expanded a lot of the restaurants. So Old Wadsworth used to be the main road that drove through there. Well, during COVID, they blocked that off and made that walking only so that restaurants could expand out into the streets. You have more outdoor dining. And that's one of the things that's actually stuck around. So it was such a popular thing that now it's all walk only for a couple blocks through Old Town, which just gives it a really nice feel. I think it encourages more community, and it makes those outdoor events just a lot more fun and a lot more attainable because you have that dedicated area where you can throw some of those things.
So as far as a housing development or Old Town Arvada, you have a lot of the more historic homes and condos.
think like 1900s built, early settlers, right? Back when they just had a little gas stove and that's a lantern. Back when they had a little gas lantern to see everything. 1,000 square feet or less is pretty typical in a lot of these homes. A little 2-bed, 1-bath, but they were built on bigger lots.
Yeah, and there hasn't been a lot of sales in the neighborhood, but what that tells me is that people love to stay.
Yeah.
Like, people are not moving around there. They love their homes. They love the area. So I think not having a lot of sales in the area tells you a lot about it.
It can be a good thing. So yeah, if something comes up for sale, it goes really fast. But it's also just a really great spot to live. It's so walkable. One of the things that I do notice driving through there is there's a lot of redevelopment going on. So a lot of these older homes, whether you like it or not, they're getting demolished, scraped, and then they're building these really beautiful. A lot of people have chosen this particular part of Arvada to build their forever homes and utilizing a lot of that lot space by building these big old houses that they plan on being in for a long time.
Next up, we have Alta Vista, which is just north of Old Town Arvada. Super charming little community built from basically the 1950s to the 1970s.
What I think makes this neighborhood unique, there's a lot of starter homes, but there's also a cool little district throughout there that has a lot of mid-century modern architecture, which makes it a favorite for not only first-time buyers, small families just kind of looking to get into the housing market for the first time, but also enthusiasts of architecture in that mid-mod style, which is super popular here in Denver, which means when those houses go on the market, they tend to sell really quickly.
So pricing in Alta Vista is going to start probably around $300,000 for the condos that you're looking at, all the way up to about the $800,000 for all your mid-mod homes out there. So
and that's going to be like the top end too. Like that mid-mod needs to be pretty well decked out, remodeled, like kind of over the top to hit that $800K price point, because you're still dealing with smaller square footage homes. Most of the homes in there, top floor plus basement, if they have a basement, you're kind of maxed out about 2,500 square feet total. So smaller homes.
So good, though.
It is a good size.
It is a good size.
Yeah, it's ample sized home. 2,400 square feet.
I love to clean it. I like it.
As far as like the average, all right, so the average sales price of all home types in the Alta Vista area over the last 12 months is right around $550,000. And this is interesting because this is usually flip-flopped, but the median sales price is $571. So this is one of those rare neighborhoods in Denver where the median is higher than the average.
As far as some recreation things that are going on in that community, is you got Ralston Center Park. What's the name of it?
Ralston Central.
Central Park.
Yeah.
I knew that was wrong.
Yeah. Close enough, If you Google it, you're gonna get it. So.
Yeah, it's great for kids. You have walking parks.
It is a fan favorite of kids. They got a little splash pad. You got some walking parks, walking trails. And all those trails actually lead towards Denver, so you can take those trails east or west, so you can take them all the way to Golden, you can go all the way to Denver and beyond. In addition, listen, if you're anything like me, you love some Thursday night softball, am I right? Yeah, well, Lutz Sports Complex is right down the way. They've got 8 or 9 different baseball fields, softball fields. Spent most of my childhood there, just playing a little ball. And you've got Stanger, which is the soccer fields right next door. So a little fun fact, it's also one of the best places in the Denver metro area to go watch 4th of July fireworks. They put on a banger of a show every single year. Banger at Stanger.
There you go.
Hashtag that.
Next up, we have Lake Arbor. It is more northeast part of Arvada. You got probably near 80th and Wadsworth.
Yep. Between 80th and 88th and Wadsworth to the east side of Wadsworth. And you've got a wide range of different housing options there. Condos, townhouses, single family homes. This is more of a starter neighborhood. There is a public golf course, Lake Arbor Golf Course, no big deal. Second best score that I ever posted was at Lake Arbor. So if you need a confidence boost, that's where you book a tee time. Really great spot though. And there's also a really beautiful park with a lake, and it's about a mile if you want to walk all the way around. They got a little fitness walk as you're going around. So if you want to do like a little pull-up challenge, Lake Arbor, you can do it.
Housing in Lake Arbor, you have condos again, which typically start around $200,000 all the way up to the single family. About 800,000.
800K is about the max.
Point
Yeah.
out there, and again, that's going to be your top of the line,
Yeah.
decked out houses. So
Well, to give you an idea, the average closed sales price over the last year for all housing types, condos, single families, and townhomes, you're about 475K. And if you're looking at just single family homes at 100,000, average sales price is about 575,000. So as far as like neighborhoods go, if you're a newer buyer, you want to get into the market, you want to live in a good, safe neighborhood with good school options, with a lot of recreation, I think Lake Arbor is probably one of the best spots to be as far as Arvada goes.
for price point and
Yeah, plus it just spits out just legends of humans. I mean, I grew up in the area. Here we are. Enough said. As far as shopping and dining goes, you're not going to starve when you're at Lake Arbor. I mean, you got all the stores, like seriously, everything is so close, within a couple minute drive. But again, kind of similar to like Westwoods, it's going to be more of like the chains, your
Applebee's.
Yes, great example there. It's going to be more of the Applebee's, the Bennigans, not so much the Shanahans.
There's still Bennigans? Oh, yeah.
Is there still Bennigans? Let us know in the comments below.
But if you want the higher end, you're still close again to downtown Denver. You have Shanahan's and all the higher end restaurants down there. So
yeah, and as far as like commutes go, all right, if you're commuting downtown, there's a couple options. You can drive to I-70 up north. Not the best way to go. But you also got Highway 36, which will take you to Denver and also get you to Boulder really quickly. But there's also a sneaky little part where it hits 270. So if you're going to the airport, you can kind of cut off a big portion of that drive. You get a drive through Commerce City when you do that, which is a fan favorite for everybody. But that'll get you kind of out towards the airport or close to 225 if you have to commute into like the Aurora area. So as far as like a convenience standpoint, proximity to major roads, I think Lake Arbor is also kind of like a 10 out of 10 when it comes to location.
So there you go. Everything you need to know about Arvada, just in a nutshell. If you want any more information about Arvada, just give us a call, text, email. Again, subscribe. We're going to be dropping more videos about Arvada, but again, subscribe and give us a call.
Like, tell your friends, tell everybody. Thank you for joining us on this ride. We appreciate you. We're out.